And we are back here on Cleve, Loveland, and the Loner Ranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland, bringing you your real estate news for over 25 years. My family's been selling Central Florida real estate for over 40 years. Chances are one of those rooftops on your street, I helped sell it, my family helped buy it, or we helped manage it as an investment property. And I've got some good, I got an email here, a question from Bob in Ocoee, asking about what is the best type of investment property to get. And right now, I think that is the single-family home. He was asking about commercial, or he was asking about if you can, like that duplex I was just talking about, something like that is a really great buy. I just think, you know, high-end rentals don't get as much per square foot. Your $500,000 home doesn't rent for as much per square foot as the $300,000 one if you can find it. And then you're making money a couple different ways. And we talk about how you're going to make money on the rent. So you put down 25, 30%, which I recommend. Not, you can get in for 20%, right, Bruce?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But 25, 30%, you're definitely going to cash flow. So you got a couple $100 a month going in your pocket, or paying down that mortgage, pay that mortgage off. You've got tax advantages. When you own a house and your income's below 125, I believe is the phase out. Your family income's below 125. You get some tax advantage, almost like having another kid. So you're saving money that way. You're getting money on the appreciation, but you don't get that until you sell. That's what's hard. That's the payoff. That's our retirement fund down the lines. So that's what I think. But I think the bread and butter 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, or 4-bedroom, 3-bath house.
I like those even better.
In a great bedroom community with great schools. Nothing fancy. I don't like going after historic property, because unless somebody's redone it down to the rafters, I mean, taking it down to the studs, it's probably a problem waiting to happen. Things just cost more. My average bread and butter concrete block house that I manage, of the 80 that I manage, costs my owners anywhere from $500 to $1,500 a year in just regular maintenance.
Well, you have to expect that you're going to have some maintenance costs.
Some things, yes.
But so, you know, you're talking about, you typically wouldn't buy a $500,000 house as a rental property and put 20% down. I mean, come on, your down payment's $100,000, right?
Yeah.
So, but if you follow our Leapfrog program, you don't have to.
Yep.
Right? Because you can buy a $500,000 house and put down 5%.
Yep.
You just got to live in it for 12 months, and you have to legitimately live in it. You don't ever try to trick the mortgage system and buy a home as an investment property, but apply as a primary or a secondary. So first of all, it's mortgage fraud, which is a federal offense. You do pen time for that. You don't go you don't go down to 33rd Street on that one. You're doing pen time for that.
Okay.
And here's the thing. Twice in my career this has happened. Client did that, misled us, and the loans were all performing, meaning that they bought it, they misled the lender, who happened to be me, told me it was a primary, one was a secondary, one was a rental. You know how they found out and started foreclosure process? It went into an audit 6 months after it closed. The person had it on Facebook to rent their property, and it was audited, and they started foreclosure process on a performing transaction. So
they weren't even behind. Yeah. So don't try and game the system.
Don't play games. Listen, you can do it legitimately. I've made a lot of money in real estate doing it legitimately. I didn't have to trick the system. There's a lot of ways you can do this. Buy the home as a primary, keep it for a year to 2 years, 3 years, rent that one, buy another one, rent that one, buy another one, rent that one, buy another. We do this 5 times. You'll have well over $2 million.
If you're in your 50s, maybe we do it 3. But
maybe we do it 3.
So, or if you got $1 million, and all these things are different, but it's a great system. And I wish I'd been taught that. My mom was a real estate broker way before I got in the game, and she never took any risk. She was scared of risk. She'd been through a couple of bad downturns in the 70s, and Jimmy Carter with 14% interest rates when she started, and having to hold second mortgages and things like that at crazy interest rates. She never wanted to take the risk on a rental property. But we show you how to do it safely and get you down the road towards retirement.
And if you want to attend that class, we do have our wealth building class. You would need to go to WeBringYouHome.com and go to my events page. That is going to be on June the 23rd at 6 p.m. So here, if you're listening to this and you are of age to purchase a home, then register. You'd be making the biggest mistake, I'm telling you, of your financial life if you did not attend this program. There's nothing we're not selling you anything. You don't have to sign up to do anything. You don't have to buy my CDs or my 8-track tapes or anything like that. You don't have to do that because I don't even have them. You don't have to buy Cleves. We're going to share our failures. We're going to share our successes, and we're going to walk you through the home buying process.
Are you autographing 8x10s that night for people?
I'm not. I don't even. I don't even do autographs. So, but this is a wealth building class. No gimmicks, but it is down and dirty. Okay, so we got to knock this out in about an hour and 15, an hour and a half, and it's done. So you have to pay close attention, but it requires you to download information so you can follow through the process. It's interactive, guys. It's Zoom. I hate the Zoom. Can't wait till you and I can do these in person again.
I think we should try that in a couple months.
It's going to happen.
Yep.
It's going to happen. So that's June 23rd, 6 p.m., WeBringYouHome.com. And we'll walk you through the wealth building process, and I can show you how you will amass the wealth. And if you are an adult, you need to get into it. If you're a realtor, get your clients into that. If you are a parent with adult children or a grandparent with adult children, listen to me. I'm going to tell you, you can give the gift that will keep on giving.
Especially if you're a parent with a 25-year-old sleeping.
So listen, your kids they're signing up for these student loans. They got $100,000 in student loans, and they make $40,000 a year. It's ridiculous. They never pay them back. Mm-hmm. How about you gift them $10,000, $15,000 pre-inheritance, and then they own a home. They can't spend it. The money's locked up. They own the home. They're going to make a ton of money in real estate. Once you get in the game of home ownership, you stay in the game. Very seldom do I see people go from home ownership back to rental.
Renting.
Almost never happens. Almost never happens.
Try pretty hard.
407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144. Or WeBringYouHome.com. Or you can go to CleveLoveland.com. And Cleve's always available. Just call him at 407-352-8118. That's 407-352-8118. 407-352-8118. Great, awesome team. I love spending time with your team. You got Mike, you got Nanette,
and Marianne.
Oh my God!
And I'm looking for more.
And looking for more.
So I wanted to go over some numbers here, Bruce. I got numbers from the Central Florida MLS, and actually I shouldn't say Central Florida. This is like stellar MLS. They run MLS from Tampa over to Daytona, and this just shows me.
Well, that's our area. That's the real Central Florida.
All across Florida from last year, they had the number of listings. And was 16,000 homes across from Daytona to Tampa, 16,000 homes for sale. Right now, let's see. Actually, excuse me, that's 16,000. That's right now. Last year, it was 45,000. So inventory is down by 2/3. All right. New listings are actually up 20,000. It's actually up 50%. Now, this is the important number here. So last year at this time, there was about 12,000 people listing their home, new listings for this month. Last month of this year in April, 20,000 people listed their home.
That's
impressive. That's what's going to. That's why this is going to ride out and keep going, and it's just kind of a sustained wave. But probably that's 8,000 more homes than last year came on the market.
But that's from Tampa to Daytona.
It is, but that's people that probably weren't thinking about moving or didn't move last year because of COVID. Or they're just thinking, oh, I've got some extra equity. Let's make a move. We can do it.
Well, if you want to upgrade your home, now would be the time to do it.
Yeah, it's all relative. Because even if prices slow down, stop going up, the home you're going to buy is probably going to stop going up too.
Stop going up means it's only going up 3% per year. If you enter into our wealth building program, we only use a 3% appreciation, and I show you how to amass $2 million plus. Mm-hmm. We don't use this 14-17% appreciation that we're seeing right now. That's bonus money for you. One more class, Cleve, that I want to mention because those numbers are super impactful. But right now, here's what we're seeing. Multiple offers on every house. People paying overappraised value. People waiving inspection contingencies. And getting frustrated with getting into the game. Mm-hmm. So how do we combat that?
Yeah,
because we used to be able to go to new construction, but new construction they're only taking 4 to 6 transactions per month.
Yeah,
per community.
And that's a chokehold. Before, like I said, they plugged the hole in 2005 and 6 with.
But right now they can't because they can't get the material.
Yeah, I've got the notes here on lumber right now. Lumber has literally tripled in price. It's adding about $25,000 to the price of the typical new single-family home. So do that math, and that's part of what they're trying to recoup. And they're even putting in clauses. If you go to contract on a new home, they're putting in clauses now that say, well, right now this is the price of your lumber. If lumber goes up, we're going to add it to the price of your home.
I've seen a couple of builders, the big builders doing that. I'm not crazy about that. I don't know if there's any way around it.
Buy a resale. Call me.
Yeah. Well, and this is what I was getting to. Construction perm, build on your own lot.
Yep.
Find a lot, build your own home. You know, Cleve, that if you had a client that was frustrated with the buying process, but just said, you know what, I want to build a barn dominium. I'm getting tons of barn dominiums right now. I want to build a barn dominium. I want to build a house.
Barn dominium?
I'll get to that. I want to get to that because I want to talk about my construction perm class. You don't want to be in the grind with resale. You don't want to buy new construction from a track builder because the HOA won't even let you put your jet ski in the side yard, even though you couldn't fit one in anyway, right? So you want to you want a little bit of room to stretch out. Maybe get a 1/4 acre house. Maybe get a 1/4 acre lot. Maybe a 1/2 acre, an acre, 5 acres. Build your own home on your own lot. I have builders that will do that for you. I have realtors, including Cleve's team, that will help you find the land if you don't own it already. If you want to get into my construction perm class, I walk you through the process on how you build your own home. And here's the thing. Used to be, and still is, construction perms were for the elite buyer. You had to have unbelievable credit scores. You had to have a ton of money to put down, 20%. And conventional loans. I have this. 10% down conventional loans, Cleve. 10% down conventional loans. Build your own home with a construction loan. Unheard of in the industry. But here, I have more. FHA, 5% down. I can go to a 660 or 680 credit score on an FHA construction perm. Show me any bank or lender that'll do a FHA construction perm. I don't know one.
Yeah.
And there's more. VA construction perm, 5% down. 5% down. You're a veteran. I know you qualify for 100%. You want to build on your own. You want to build your own home on your own lot or buy a lot. 5% down. VA. It's a no-brainer, guys. It's the best program. I don't know any lender anywhere that does VA construction
I just
perms,
sold one
but
in
the
Winter
Loner
Park.
Ranger does. Let me give out my number before you tell about your sold.
Go ahead.
407-250-9144, 407-250-9144, or webringyouhome.com.
Yeah, I can find you that piece of land. If you're looking for a couple acres, if you're looking for, if it's an old house in Winter Park, I just sold one for $400,000. They just knocked it down, $1.5 million mansion going up. And they are out there. It's just you got to have somebody hunting for you. So you need a good agent to help you on that, not a part-timer, not somebody who's running the register at Publix. Nothing against the people running the register at Publix, but if you're going to be in real estate, it should not be a hobby. And your number one question to ask somebody is, how many families did you help last year? If it's less than 25, you're probably dealing with a part-timer, unless they're $1 million homes, and they sit in their golf club at their one community and sell that in just their neighborhood. So it's very important you interview people. The main thing, I have a lot of people call me, Bruce, even in this market, 10%. We've only got about 3,000 homes on the market. Well, there's about 400 homes a month that don't sell, and people give up. And that's because they're not getting the right advice. They weren't marketed correctly. They weren't staged correctly. There's a lot of things other than just price that why they didn't sell. And a lot of times just the marketing plan. I've had people saying, well, I didn't know it, but my realtor did not have me in the multiple listing system. Well, then how the heck are you going to sell? You're not getting exposed to thousands of buyers that are out there. No, I've had this happen. Now, you wonder how anybody could think that. And it's out there. The trouble with real estate is there's no continuing standard. Once you've passed that real estate test, there's nothing that says, all right, if you don't sell any homes next year, you're out. And one day when I retire, maybe I'll run for the Board of Realtors president.
Maybe you should.
That'll be the first thing I do.
That might be a good idea.
I don't think I'd get away with it, though. They wouldn't let me do it. But I think if somebody, like I said, agents that come to work for me, if they don't sell 2 homes a month, they're out.
Well, they're part-time. I want to talk about these companies because I got to tell you, there's some really convincing commercials on TV about these iPad things. I offer
iBuyers, those are all just like you're offering your mailbox.
So but here's the thing, when you look at those commercials, it's like, snap your fingers, we got an offer. Snap your fingers, we'll move you out of your home. Snap your fingers, you don't pay a real estate commission. But it's not true. It's kind of misleading, and it sounds good when you say it
sounds
fast.
very good. That's marketing.
But you're leaving money. My experience, and I have direct experience because one of my employees actually did it. Didn't tell me they were going through one of these offer companies, but they did it, and they thought it was a pretty good deal. Mm-hmm. It on the surface, it looked like a pretty good deal. Mm-hmm. Guess what happened? The day before closing, they renegotiated by $10,000.
Yeah.
and she was already in contract to buy another house. So they had to cancel that transaction. She ended up getting 10 grand more than they offered for the house.
Yep.
Turned around, sold it, and then bought another home. But here's the thing. If you think it sounds too good to be true, it's too good to be true, you guys. These offers like that are owned by, those companies are all owned by hedge funds, right?
No, well, they're owned by like the Zillows and the Trulias, and they're owned by these big Wall Street companies, these tech companies that think everything can be reduced to an algorithm. And they hire one person to check out all the homes in Central Florida and go out there, oh, yeah, I think you're worth, they click a button, they send somebody out there, and he makes a low offer, or he makes them what sounds like a decent offer, but then after inspection, it comes down $20,000, $50,000 over just cosmetic things.
If you're okay with leaving
20 to 30% on the table.
If you're okay with leaving 20, 30% on the table, then that's what you
Most
should
people
do.
aren't. That's why
All
I've
right,
got a job.
we'll be right back.